Our last example today, x minus 3 squared equals 12. Again, it's got the same basic structure as the last two do. It's got a binomial to the power equals 12, or a number in this case. So if x minus 3 is what's being squared, then x minus 3 not squared is equal to plus or minus the square root of 12. Again, by taking the square off this side, I've square rooted the left, so I'm square rooting the right. But again, I've got to put the plus or minus in front of that. If you don't put the plus or minus, you're leaving off one of the two answers. You won't get full credit. Now, what makes this any different than before? Obviously the 3 comes over, that's not different. The 3 comes over is a positive 3. The plus or minus is still plus or minus. This time the square root of 12, I don't know what the square root of 12 is by itself, but I do know that 12 is 2 times 3. Hopefully you're recognizing, we've done this enough, you start recognizing perfect squares within a number. So if you see one of those numbers that you think, hey, that might factor down to some nice, pretty perfect square, within it, make sure you're doing that. So 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. The square root of 4 is 2 comes out. The square root of 3 doesn't come out. So 2 times the square root of 3 stays in. And I'm looking for the most simplified version of every answer. Leave radicals radical, but do simplify radicals if possible. And again, if the radical happens to be an exact perfect square, then obviously get it down to integer answers. If it's a fraction plus an integer, get a common denominator, add and subtract the fractions also. So let me just tell you what I mean there. You end up, let's say, with x equals 1/3 plus or minus 6. Okay, that's 1/3 plus or minus 18/3. 1 plus 18 is 19 over 3. 1 minus 18 is negative 17 over 3. Okay, so if you get a fraction plus an integer, change the integer to a fraction, common denominator, and subtract based on the common denominators. Okay, again, that's probably as challenging as they're going to get for now. Become masters at the technique, so that when we get to that point, we'll be able to do it well.